Hello there, my name is Thomas O'Regan, and over the last 3.5 years, me and my wife have built an 11 property portfolio. Now, something that I wanted to give you guys a tip on if you are buying residential investment properties that you plan to put a tenant in place if there is not one already. This is a tip I use to save a few $1,000s in that process from buying a vacant property to buying a property and putting a tenant in place. So typically when you buy a vacant property, most people wait till the property settles, and usually settlement periods are anywhere from 30, 60, 90 days, however long you've chosen in your contract of sale to settle between you and the vendor, you as the buyer and the vendor who is selling the property. Now, in this period between when you go unconditional and when you settle, and when I say unconditional, I mean generally in a contract of sale, as the buyer, you'll have some sort of conditions in there saying subject to finance or subject to building and pest inspection. If all those conditions are are satisfied by you, and you choose to proceed and go what is called unconditional, meaning you are 100% going to purchase the property, then there is really no risk for, it gets to the point where there is really no risk for the vendor to not let you do things like advertise the property and have tenants inspect the property and do works on the property if it needs any sort of minor renovations or anything like that. So why does that save you why does this save you thousands of dollars? Okay, so if you're advertising and doing tenant inspections prior to the property settling, and settlement is the time when the property, you pay the day that you pay for the property and it exchanges and it goes to your name. You actually own it. That's what settlement is. If you are able to advertise and get tenants signed up on a lease for when the property settles, you are essentially saving the whole time that the advertisement campaign would go. That might be 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks to find from when a tenant signs the lease and when they move in. Tenants typically only start paying the lease when they move in. So in a normal market, you might expect like a normal property to be vacant for anywhere from like 3 to 4 weeks till a tenant moves in. And if you think about it, if you don't have a tenant in a property for a month, 4 weeks, and the tenant is you're trying to rent out the property for say $500, then that's essentially $2,000 that you've lost in rental income. So what I like to do is, when I put an offer on a property, as soon as we go unconditional on the property, I say, hey, excuse me, Mr. Vendor, excuse me, Mr. Sales Agent, would you mind if I put an advertisement up to rent this property, and would you mind if I am able to have tenants do inspections for this property, so when the property settles they can move in straight away? And most of the time the agents or the vendors are happy with that. So that's how I save a few $1,000s when I am purchasing investment properties, and hopefully it can save you guys some money as well. My name is Thomas O'Regan, and yeah, that's what I do, invest in properties, and hopefully this helped you. If you want any more videos like this, just hit me up in the comments. Otherwise, subscribe. I got plenty of videos out there. Bye.